Storage held our files. A database is for data with shape, the kind you query. First, relational versus NoSQL. Then the main services, RDS and DynamoDB. And finally, how to choose. The first question with any database, what shape is the data? Relational databases store data in tables with rows and columns, and a strict schema set up front. They shine when data is structured and relationships matter. Think orders linked to customers. In AWS, that is RDS. NoSQL databases are flexible instead. There is no fixed schema, and they are built to scale out massively, serving huge traffic at very low latency. They fit fast-changing or simple data. Think a shopping cart or a user session. In AWS, that is DynamoDB. So structured with relationships, go relational. Flexible at huge scale, go NoSQL. In truth, many modern apps use both together. A relational database for the core records that must stay consistent, and a fast NoSQL store for the high-traffic parts like carts and sessions. The exam rarely asks you to build one, only to recognize and pick the right type for the data being described. For relational, the service is RDS, the workhorse for structured data. RDS runs managed relational databases for you, MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, and more. AWS handles the patching, the backups, and automatic failover so you stop babysitting the server. And Aurora is Amazon's own engine, compatible with MySQL and PostgreSQL, but faster and built for the cloud. For NoSQL, the service is DynamoDB, the go-to for scale. DynamoDB is fully managed and serverless with no servers for you to run at all. It gives single-digit millisecond responses at any scale from a handful of items to trillions. You just store and query key value or document data, and AWS handles everything underneath, including the scaling. One more choice, who runs the database? You can install one yourself on an EC2 instance. You get full control, but you also own the patching, the backups, the scaling, and the 3 a.m. pages when it breaks. Or you let AWS run it with RDS or DynamoDB. You give up some low-level control, and in return, AWS handles the undifferentiated heavy lifting. For almost every team, managed is the right default. Go self-managed only when you need something AWS does not offer. On the exam, the managed answer is almost always right because handing AWS the boring, repetitive work, the patching, and the backups is the whole point of the cloud. So unless you have a hard reason, default to managed. A few more names worth knowing. ElastiCache puts a lightning-fast in-memory cache, like Redis, in front of your database. DMS, the database migration service, copies a live database into AWS. And SCT, the schema conversion tool, translates one engine schema to another. On the exam, match the data. Structured data with relationships, relational, RDS, massive scale, key value, low latency. DynamoDB, speed up reads with a cache. ElastiCache, and move an existing database into AWS. DMS, get the shape of the data right, and the service almost picks itself. Let's lock it in. Relational databases use tables and a fixed schema that is RDS, with Aurora as the fast AWS engine. NoSQL is flexible and scales massively, that is DynamoDB. Managed beats self-managed on EC2 for almost everyone. And ElastiCache caches while DMS and SCT handle migration. Next episode, the network your resources live in. Amazon VPC. We'll cover the VPC itself, your own private slice of the AWS cloud, subnets that split it into public and private zones, and the gateways that connect it to the internet and beyond. Thanks for watching, and see you there.